Frames.
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 Welcome back.
To another episode of the Owl Pod.
It's the Owl Pod here. I'm your host, David Litvin. Alongside me, you heard her yelling Frames.
You stopped saying beloved co-host, and I'm starting to think we got beef, David.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, this is
right.
Amelia Wright. A little sad, but let's get on with it, David.
A little sad. We had a great week.
We did.
If you're bouncing to basketball, it's a good week to be an Owl.
Oh, yeah.
If you're LeBron Frames, it's a good week to be an Owl.
Yeah, following our pod last week with Olin,
We got the mojo going for basketball, and they answered the bell.
let's keep talking about them.
Yeah, let's talk men's basketball while we're on the subject.
Yeah, Frames.
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 They opened up their season Wednesday night against Delaware State.
Dollar Dog Night.
Dollar Dog Night. I mean, it drew a crowd.
Oh, yeah.
I looked around the stadium at one point. I was like, what's going on? Is this the whiteout game? I was like, what's going on out there?
It was packed, yeah.
And may I say, the hot dog situation, did you check out some of those lines?
Yes, I was in a couple of them. I moved to another one.
There was some supply and demand issues with the line that I was in.
Yes, for
They
sure.
ran out of hot dogs at one stand and ran out of buns at the other. At one point, I had to mediate.
You're just buying buns alone.
No, I actually had to mediate a discussion where they came together and exchanged buns for dogs.
That is unreal. Wow.
Freed up 2 lines, gave myself a little bit of a pat on the back, and then got
Did you
2
get
hot
one
dogs.
for free?
No, I said, can I take a portion of every sale? They said no.
You are such a businessman. It's insane.
No, but they said no, and I took 2 dogs, and I went back to my seats, and I watched the Owls come alive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come alive they did. I mean, let's talk the man of the week.
Yeah, you've been so excited about this.
I
David
mean-
has not stopped talking about frames, as you heard us start the podcast with some real energy.
Let me preface my discussion around frames by announcing what his actual name is to our.
Oh, yeah, for those that may not know, but they should all know.
You
right?
should know by now. If you don't, it's Gavin Griffiths. Transfer in this year
From Nebraska.
and he lit the Liacouras Center on fire. You like that little play on words there?
Yes.
16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in his Temple debut. But it was more than that. He brought a certain energy. I don't know if it was the goggles. I don't know what it was.
Or the frames, one could
Or
say.
the dunks. You see some of those
No, the
putbacks?
dunks were insane, yeah.
And I feel like, I don't want to disclose any of our, off-mic conversations, but we had a conversation a couple weeks back, and you told me this guy was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Game 1.
I have some connections, as so does David, but we knew he was going to be a force to be reckoned with
If
on,
we
on
were
this Temple team.
if he was a stock, you talk business, I would have bought that stock 3 weeks ago, right before he blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Frames came to play. So did Aiden Tobiason. Let's talk
yeah.
about him for a sec. He had a big game himself. I believe he had a career high in points, which obviously is a great way to start the season. He's one of the 3 returners, so it's great that seems to be back in rhythm. Had 23 points, 6
Huge
of 10,
second half for him.
6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3-point land. So he certainly looked good. The whole team looked good, and it's also good to first game get some of the nerves out, get some of the jitters out before they have a big week this week.
This is a huge second game for
It's
them.
a huge. As this episode is being released, they play tonight. That would be November 11th at home against LaSalle Explorers in their first Big 5 matchup.
7 p.m. at the Liacouras Center.
That's a big game. We all know how important the Big 5 is. If you listened last week, you heard Olin talk about it. And it's just one that, uptown rival is coming to our building. You want to take care of business.
You always want to beat the Philly Ops.
Always. And we know how we feel about Penn. We don't talk much LaSalle on this podcast for obvious reasons. But
Some of us dislike St. Joe's more than Penn, but yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like other Philly
But we don't
schools.
even I feel like, okay, not to be mean or anything, but we don't even discuss LaSalle because I feel like they don't even,
They're not in
I'm
Philly,
going to
right?
stop before this gets cut, but yeah,
We're getting a little too passionate here.
let's just
Frames had a great week. Let's move on.
well, let's just real quick before we move on, I just want to give another shout that on Saturday the Owls take on Boston College.
That's home again, right?
Yeah, that's home. Power 4 team. That game tips off at 2 p.m. So a little afternoon game, Liacouras. We went to Boston College last year. It was a close loss. They're coming to town this year, and hopefully the Owls can continue their great start to the season.
And before we move on to our next sport, I think, David, you wanted to talk about something that we're looking to trademark as our podcast. Probably
ASAP.
Yeah, it's probably going to be our quote for this winter basketball season.
Trademark ASAP. You can join the Frames fan club, we're going to call it.
Hopefully we get some merch, maybe?
Maybe some shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
that'd be
you want,
epic.
how about this? Because we've had trouble pushing our audience to our social media. So if you are a fan of the Frames fan club idea and like to see shirts, hats, you name it, send us a message. Fire in those DMs at the Owl Pod on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Fire in those DMs. Let us know because I think we could sell some Frames fan club shirt. Get a little. What if we had a little section in Leah Chorus for the Frames fan club? We all had goggles. I mean,
so you're gonna pull up to the next game in goggles? Is what you're telling us?
This could be an off mic conversation, but I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, let's save this for off the mic. I think we're going on a little bit of a tangent here.
Check back next week. For all you know, maybe we already started this thing.
Yeah, we might be in a nice shirt for next week's pod.
There you go. Let's move on to Temple women's basketball, who I would think it's fair to say, had an even better week than Temple men's basketball. Taking home 2 dubs this week. Started their season Tuesday. They took on George Mason, who was a tournament team last year, which I didn't know before the game. And you couldn't really tell because the Owls came out.
Wow.
And they started a little slow, but once they took control of the game actually went to overtime, so I guess they didn't really take full control.
Yeah.
But I thought they were in the driver's seat for most of the game. Led by Tristan Taylor, their captain, had 19 points. She's just a really solid point guard. I remember when I worked with the women's basketball team a couple years back, she was just a freshman, so it's pretty cool to step into a leadership role this year and lead the Owls. So picking up a great victory in Game 1, came back in Game 2, and I guess
even more hot.
They controlled this game, I think it's fair to say. Taking on George Washington at home, Jaleesa Molina led the team with 15 points. A really strong start to the season. Their first time being 2-0 since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So just an awesome start for them. And, they'll continue their action on the road on Tuesday. So, again, the night this podcast is being recorded, they're playing West Virginia on the road. So I'm sure that'll be a good test for the Owls. And then coming back home to Leah Chorus on Friday where they take on the LaSalle Explorers. So it's a big week for the
Temple versus LaSalle.
Temple-LaSalle rivalry. So best of luck to them this week. Excited to see them. 2 more games. And we'll be here talking about it next week. Yeah,
they had a crazy stat, I think, in that second game, actually, that I just saw on Instagram. And it was 11 players distributed for 78 of their points, which is insane.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that just shows everyone stepped up for that second game.
They've always played team basketball. It's good to see that. That's continuing. Let's talk Temple football. Traveled up to West Point this weekend in a big matchup. Going into the bye week, you wanted to come away with a win here.
Yeah.
And it was a low-scoring affair. I mean, I thought before this game, Temple was going to need to score in the 20s. Army started the season off a little bit slow. You look at their last couple of games, they've been coming on definitely hotter. It's a team that Temple struggled to play in the last couple of years. And, unfortunately, this game, I was seeing flashbacks to the old Navy game.
Yeah, I said that earlier. A lot of running from Army.
It's funny. I feel like when you talk college football, Army, Navy, those teams, they don't throw the football. And then you watch a game against them, and it's the most frustrating thing you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. They threw the ball 3 times.
Is that an actual stat?
They threw the ball 3 times.
Oh, my gosh.
Their quarterback was 1 of 3 passing.
That's unreal.
I mean, that is. I mean, you just say that out loud, and especially
sounds fake.
Anyone who likes to watch football, that the game is trending. Everyone's passing the ball a lot.
That's how you move the ball faster, you could say.
To run 3 pass plays throughout the entire game. They had the ball for 37 minutes. It wasn't like they didn't have possessions. They ran the ball down our throats, and at the end of the day, we gave them the ball back with 5 minutes left, and they ran out the clock. So obviously a frustrating game for the Owls. Mm-hmm. Definitely some mistakes throughout that cost. We won't get too into the weeds of it, but definitely a heartbreaker. Definitely a couple points in the game they'd like to have back. But like we said, they go into a bye week this week, and they have 2 more games on the schedule. One at
Big
home
games.
versus Tulane,
and
then in North Texas to end the season out. So we talked about going bowling all year. Mm-hmm. It's going to come down to these last 2 games. They got to win one of them.
They're both top ranked in the conference, right?
These are 2 of the top teams in the conference, and it's going to be tough. But this Owls team's shown resilience all year.
Mm-hmm. We believe in Coach Keeler.
I trust off a bye week, Coach Keeler's going to get them boys right.
Yeah.
And Evan and the gang will take care of business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk volleyball.
Yeah.
You were watching some volleyball this weekend, weren't you?
Yeah, they took a trip down to Texas this weekend, and right now, or before this week, I think they were sitting at 8th in the conference. And for those that don't know, conference tournaments coming up in the next few weeks, and the top 8 teams make it. So these are some really important games that they're playing right now. They went and played UTSA on Friday. That was a heartbreaker in 5 sets. The Owls are, like we said when Taylor was on the podcast, they're a really gritty team. They go on hot runs, and then they give up a few, but they're always, like, clawing back into those sets. And they lose a lot of them within 5. Like, they're getting over that 20-point mark, which is the goal in volleyball, but they're having some hard losses in these sets that they're just fighting through.
Volleyball is a hot and cold game. Every time I watch it,
a game of runs for sure.
Yeah, it's a game of runs. Teams go on runs. I feel like this season has been a season of runs for the Owls. They they just came off 4 straight. They dropped 2 here, but now they get 3 home games. I'm looking at the schedule right now. They're home on Wednesday against Howard. That's a big game. We'll talk about that game in a little bit, actually, for Temple Takes. We got a little promotion.
And that's a non-conference game.
It's a non-conference game.
A little bit random to have that in the middle of the season, but
for sure. And then they're back at home again on Friday, taking on Tulsa, and then again on Sunday, taking on Wichita State.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a big week for this team. You mentioned the placing in the conference, and they have. I would like to say they have control of their own destiny, but they're going to have to win a bunch of these games. So.
Yeah, I think they're tied, honestly, with I think Charlotte's one of the other teams that kind of is in the same place. So they have to win out, and then also we got to hope for some teams to lose, I think, for them to secure that spot.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully, this time next week.
We're talking about some wins.
We're talking about some wins. We're talking about some playoff games.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's their goal, and they're in the right headspace to chase after that.
For sure. All right. You know what I realized, Amelia? We never introduced our guest.
Oh, my gosh. And no one probably knows who, because they can't read the title. You're right, David.
They can't read the title.
We didn't even play the game. We're usually like, ooh, we have a secret guest.
And then they put it in the title, and we look like, pretty stupid.
Everyone at home is just like, okay, I know how to read. I've known for years.
Well, what's a better time than right now?
Yeah, let's
to
get
introduce
into
our
it.
guest.
Our top secret guest that no one knows.
Our classified guest.
Da-da-da-da.
She's on the Temple fencing team. Sammy Nathanson. Sammy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's an honor.
Well, thank you for joining us because it's fencing season. And we talk a lot about basketball. We talk a lot about football this time of year, even volleyball. But fencing, I mean, you guys fence for most of the academic year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You're right.
Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like for our audience, I mean, we'll get into some of the logistics behind fencing because I know coming to Temple for myself, I didn't know much about your sport. And it's not because I wasn't interested. I just didn't, frankly, know much about it at all. Before we get into that, like we do for most of our guests, let's get some background on you, how you got to Temple, why you chose Temple, and kind of what your recruiting journey was like.
Well, I'm from Massachusetts, so a little ways down the road from Philly. But yeah, I came to Temple because I loved the environment of the team. Temple fencing is throughout fencing schools, is one of, if not the closest team out there. Everyone is truly like a sister to me, and we all have such an amazing bond. And the coaches are amazing. Jenny and Tasia and Mickey, they all truly care for everyone so much. And it's so evident through the way we have our practices and everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's great to hear. And I guess adding to the things I didn't know about fencing is I didn't know that our school has a pretty historic fencing team, if I'm not mistaken. You want to touch on some of the history behind Temple fencing program?
Yes. So the old coach, the first coach, Coach Nikki Frank, was Temple fencing's coach for, I believe it was 50 years.
I just fact-checked it, yeah.
Thank you. And she started a historic legacy here at Temple.
I mean, I think she just actually won another award last week. Do you want to talk? Do you know about? No, it's all good. I mean, I saw that they posted her.
Was it NCAA award, right?
She won an NCAA award,
which is crazy.
Which is, I mean, coaching 50 years.
Yeah. I also just looked up her record just because I've always heard great things. She was here my freshman and sophomore year, and I've always my coach Bonnie Rosen loves her. They're, I feel like 2 peas in a pod, and her record is 898 and 277. So she wins. She knows how to win.
Off the top of my head, I believe that's winning close to 80% of your games. Which
that's crazy.
I think any coach would take that record. Also, good sign of a coach is if they name a tournament after you or a
Oh,
classic.
yes.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like
sure.
you're doing
Yes.
something right if that's the case.
For sure.
And I think it was named after her while she was still here, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that true?
I think so. Like,
That's pretty incredible.
yeah.
One other thing about Temple fencing, I'd be remiss. I think I might have mentioned this before on the podcast, but actually my grandfather was on the Temple men's fencing team.
Really?
I think he was the captain.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and he just turned 96, so
Oh my god.
you can do the math on that. That was,
He definitely was here when Nikki
it
was
was a
here.
couple years back, but
Coach Nikki Frank is who I was referring to. I don't know why I just acted like we were on a first name basis, Nikki and I.
she's coached to you.
Coach, legend of a coach.
But Temple fencing program goes way back, so
Yeah.
easy to see the history there.
As we're on the topic of my friend, Coach Nikki Frank, do you want to share a little bit about your recent Nikki Frank Classic and kind of about the volunteering opportunities that you guys started this year?
Yes, so this year at the Classic, we partnered with the Gideon School, which is just down the road in Strawberry Mansion, and we collected hygienic products and extra clothes for them. And yeah, we were just asking every team at Temple if they could pitch in and donate. And actually tomorrow, we are driving it down to the school and dropping it off.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, I like how you guys call it the Classic, right?
Yes.
It's not the Nikki Frank Classic.
That's like the full name, like short name basis,
It's,
you know.
it's the Classic.
Yeah.
For me, it would just be like the Nikki Classic. Cause
Yeah.
Like the
You're on a
Nikki,
first name
honestly.
basis.
yeah, first name basis.
I would call it the Coach Classic, but that's whatever. Yeah, that sounds great. Obviously, you just kicked your season off, and you're a sophomore.
Yes.
We should mention that. Sammy's a sophomore, so I'd like to hear a little bit about the team success last year. I know you guys are always really competitive. You're always up there, if not sending a couple girls to nationals every year. Talk to me about the team success from last year and what you guys are looking to do this year from a goal standpoint. What do you guys have your eyes on? I know you guys have a long season. Probably don't want to get too far ahead, but maybe give the audience a little preview of what we should be looking for, this season from Temple fencing.
Yeah, so last year we finished our season with the coaches poll ranked 8th. So looking to stay in that top 10 is obviously a good place to be. And we sent our full, I think it's 12 people to regionals. We only had one person go to NCAA champs last year, and we're looking to at least replicate that and send some more people off as well. But yeah, we're starting our season off soon with the bang at BC next weekend.
That's like besides the Classic, like that's like the next big.
Yeah, that's our first collegiate meet. The Coach Nikki Frank Classic is just like anyone can do it, like club teams and everything.
So that's like the first, real.
Yeah, dual meet.
Real dual meet.
Yeah.
And then can you remind me / the audience of the conference that you guys compete in and kind of the historic run that you guys are on with that?
We are part of the NIWFA, so we compete with a bunch of schools in the region, so like Duke and UNC, Hopkins, Tufts. We're in the Mid-East, I believe, as well. So we get a bunch of schools in Penn State too. But our conference is a lot different than any other sport. Like we're not the ACC or anything like that.
Yeah, so that's where fencing gets a little different because I know Amelia and I, both of our sports were in the American Conference. I know field hockey's in the Big East.
Yeah.
You guys, it's a little bit more like
Yeah.
you're just fencing the teams that are geographically closest to you guys, right? For the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
But we compete all over as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there a meet? Obviously, we talk about the Classic. Is there a meet on your schedule or like a tournament, I guess, that is like that you want to highlight or you want to talk about that's like really important?
Well, we do have 2 more home meets in January and February. We have the first day of the Philly Invite, and then we have our senior day in February. Both of those are always super fun, electric days with lots of good and hard schools. So everyone showing up.
Yeah,
Super
we'll
awesome.
be sure to promote those
Thank you.
on the podcast as we get closer to that date. I guess more from like a curious standpoint. I know before the podcast we were talking what weapon
Yes.
you use. Again, for our listeners, it's a weapon.
David's learning a lot about fencing, like lingo.
I'm
mat.
learning a lot. It's not a mat,
No,
is it?
he calls it a mat, and then you
It's
get called out in the SAC meetings.
a
all the
strip.
time
What
for
they
it.
fence
strip.
on
A
is called a strip.
Come on, Dave.
Yeah, it's a strip and
And
it's
a
not
weapon.
it's not a sword.
No, it's
What
not.
other things you guys is it? People call it a sword. What else they call it?
Well, if like I'm fencing saber, it's my saber. And then like the other 2 types, there's foil and epee. I have my foil. Is like
Okay.
the sword. or weapon.
And what's the difference of those?
So Saber, the type that I do, is the fastest. And there's a right of way, and the target area is from the waist up all the way to your head. And then with foil as well, there's also right of way.
You guys can give headshots? Like you can like hit someone in the head?
Yeah, we have like the mask with like the metal.
Yeah,
stuff
sure.
on
I just
it.
didn't realize that was like on limits.
That was legal?
I thought that was just like in case the sword by accident hits you in the head.
No, that's like free range.
Crazy.
Wow. See, every time you talk fencing, you learn something new. You really do. There's a new rule. And I don't even want to get too technical for our audience because I like last time I was at the Classic, I did go, of course, support.
Mm-hmm.
And I was learning about like you can't get a point if you're not on attack, and it's just like you gotta play defense. I mean, it was way over my head. But just on like a high level, could you you just explained Saber.
Yeah.
Could you compare / contrast the other two weapons?
Yes. They're all like foil is also right of way. So if you have to be in attack to get the point. And then their target area is just like if you wear a vest. So it's like just your chest, no arms, no head. And then epee the third, there's no right of way, whatever. Like if we both hit, we both get a point. And target area is literally anywhere, like from your toe to the top of your head. You can hit anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So each weapon has their little spin.
Yeah, they have their own rules. They have like it's completely different. There's no like transferred abilities either, really, I would say.
Yeah, and this is an interesting conversation. So when did you pick that, like, okay, I'm going to do Saber?
So I started fencing in the third grade. It was offered as like an after school class. And it was just the only one that was offered. Like different like clubs will offer different like the different types.
So your club like specialized?
Yeah,
in Saber?
just Saber.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's I kind of try to relate some of these things to running, which is like there's different events, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see me in the blocks going for the 100-meter sprint, but I chose that like long time ago. So I didn't know if it was something that you chose early on, and you'd not like. After a certain point, you're probably not switching weapons, right?
Yeah. Sounds like it's very technical, which I didn't know.
Yes. Yeah.
So, like, if you picked up the foil tomorrow, you could do it.
I'd just be like terrible.
Like you would be like it would be like me trying to get in the blocks to do a 100-meter dash.
I don't know.
Is it like a physically different sword?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like the way you hold it is
weight or-
different.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm from the spec. Like you're on the strip still, same gear.
Yeah, a little different. You have like the jackets are different for
Okay.
mine versus foil because like the metal jacket goes all the way to your arms, but for foil it's just like the vest.
But it's almost like a different sport. Like,
Yeah.
That's, because obviously like if you have to just go watch. I mean the energy. Some of like you guys
The
are screaming.
screams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching and you could tell, like, you look around, you could tell who's been there and who hasn't. Because every time someone screams,
Shocked reaction.
someone's either looking around like, did somebody just, like, collapse? And then, or you just see someone like, yeah, go. It's like, can you talk a little bit about, like, the energy in those arenas? It's like, people are screaming. Like, I mean, if I'm competing and someone's screaming in my face, I'm immediately just, like, that's taking me to another level.
Definitely doesn't happen in your sport often, right?
No, if someone screamed in my face, I don't even know what I'd do, like, on the cross-country field of the track. So, I mean, in lacrosse, people are probably screaming too, right?
Very high energy. But I think that is something that always shocks me about fencing, especially I think last year, I don't know what meet this was, but you guys had a close meet or something, and I know it goes down to like points, like, and it's all on one person sometimes.
Yeah.
And I remember a video of literally her getting the last one, and you guys all are just like
you run up.
the energy's insane.
Yeah.
So I know it's a very individual sport, but how does that like team energy, like just training with such high energy, how does that correlate to like match day?
It like translates so well. Like we'll do drills where we're like we have to scream in practice, like get the energy up, like get vibes going, which I think are super helpful. But like, and we'll also like we'll shout across the room. Like if someone got a nice touch, like you can like shout them up, like, oh, like okay,
Nice
I see
touch.
you.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. So you're not only working on how to like win a point, you're also working on how to like react after the point.
Yeah, we do a lot of like with Dr. Coakley and TU Well, we have a lot of like
wow. So it's like really a
head
mental
down.
thing.
Yeah, it's incredibly mental.
And I don't know why. Like this is just so like this idea is like so foreign to me. Like I cannot imagine like you score a goal, right? Like you score.
I try to. That is my goal as an attacker.
No, I'm saying like you go ahead and score a goal. You drop your stick because you had to like. Are you like screaming? Like is that your go-to like?
Like no, because we also like do stuff with like TUL and stuff, and my coach is very in touch with like getting your mental right and stuff, and she wants us to be kind of like emotionally stable, I guess is how I would say
So you
it.
just like to keep it cool.
Yeah, and maybe if it was like game winner, like overtime, I'd be like a little bit more energy, but like usually like lacrosse is also a game of runs, so it's like you could score 3, but the other team's gonna probably go back and score again. So it's like, it's gonna go back and forth, you know.
You can tell. I mean, the audience can tell. I'm really interested in this conversation, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask another question on the topic of screaming. Have you ever like screamed like so loudly like before the match was over, and you're like, oh, that was probably too loud of a scream? Or is that like a thing? Like, are you like worried that like, oh, that person's gonna be pissed, and like, that's just how my brain's thinking right now? Or does that make no sense to you?
I understand the thought process, but I can't say, because like when you scream loud, it kind of just makes the other person like more mad, and like when you like, 'cause it's so mental, like when you start to get mad, you kind of start to like mess it up. Right. So like when they get mad, it's kind of a good thing for you.
I guess for me, it's like I can't imagine like screaming and then losing the match and being like, oh, like but that's common. That happens all the time.
A good portion of screaming also is like to try to like convince the ref that it's your point.
Oh, that's so you're gaslighting the ref.
A little bit.
I feel like we can't even get into that, because now I'm like,
yeah. I have had definitely some moments where I like got a little too excited, and I'm like, okay, that just like sometimes I have like, or a teammate has such a cool goal, like maybe it's low angle or like Twizzler, like turning their stick in crazy ways. And like you just like your reaction is just to yell, like you don't even like process it, and then you like look back, especially at like the ESPN thing, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I like insane? Yeah. It's only I can think of like 2 off my dome, but like, it's a little bit embarrassing.
The ref, like that's an interesting comment, because I feel like I was able to develop as an athlete once refs left my sport, because I always had an issue with the refs growing up.
Yeah. Excessive celebration.
If my parents are listening to this, they probably know exactly what I'm referring to.
What sport are you referring to? That's my question.
Like basketball and soccer. I just would always I was that kid who was just jawing with the refs constantly. That's probably why I'm doing the podcast now, is I just kept I just was always talking to somebody, and when I was playing youth sports, it was definitely the ref.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I mean, look, that was very insightful. I
learned a lot.
When I go to the next fencing match, there are different things I'm going to be looking out for. Someone screams, I'm like, ref, don't get confused. That was Sammy's point. Yeah. She just didn't scream on that one.
Wait, I have one more question for the next time I go. Do you guys, like, I remember, like I said, kind of in the video, what's the order of your events?
What do you mean?
Like, does all, like,
they're all the
foil
same time.
Go first? Okay.
Yeah, they're all the same time, and then it's, like you were saying, it's to points, so there are 27 bouts split between the 3. Okay. And then mine is the fastest, so we're usually done first. And
so
then
that's
it comes down to the wire of airfoil.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So yours is, like, it's, like, the highest.
She gets to cheer on her teammates. No. She gets to yell for them.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I definitely think you guys probably lose your voice, right? After meets, I can only imagine.
Coming back on the bus, oh my God, everyone sounds like
get those cough drops. Look, I'm going to put this out there. I think we need to do like a little sport crossover. I got to get a fence in hand.
I would want to try that too, yeah. I think that'd be so fun.
I got to talk to the coaches.
We could do that for the Owl Pod. That'd be a fun.
We got to get some visual components to the Owl Pod.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, again, more off-mic conversations.
Yeah. We got merch to work on and
frames.
So, yeah.
Frames.
Yeah, frames.
Sammy's
our pick of the week.
Frames fan club.
All right,
in case you forgot.
Yeah, how could they forget? We started off with such a bang.
Yeah, let's pivot.
Yeah.
What's your favorite section?
My favorite section for sure. What are we calling it today? Temple Tunes Takes?
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
Temple
a little
Tunes.
Bit of a tongue twister.
Temple Tunes edition of Temple Takes.
Oh, okay. Why do you have to overcomplicate everything?
It is a little overcomplicated today. Well, I'll simplify. If you haven't listened before, Temple Takes. We're gonna give out a subject. This from the
theme. A Temple Takes.
Yeah, you take it. I can't speak.
A Temple Takes tune theme of the week. Trying to say all the T's I can. And we just go back and forth and we rate something overrated, underrated, and then we sometimes have a really passionate like debate about it. Sometimes not, but usually me and David get into it. All right, like we said, today we're talking about Temple tunes, and the inspiration for this is because Temple Athletics has been promoting Gunna. I'm guessing he's coming to Leocoris, but they're giving away tickets at the volleyball games that we've talked about earlier in the week, Howard and Tulsa, and then men's basketball, which is tonight versus LaSalle. They're also giving away Gunna tickets. They're giving away 4 at all 3 of those events. So that was the inspiration for our music talk of today. And today, let's start it off with something pretty specific to student athletes. Let's talk overrated, underrated lift music. Genre, volume, maybe. We could talk all of it.
For sure. I mean, lift music is definitely a highlight of lift for me.
Oh, for sure.
I guess my take is it really depends on the type of music. So I'm not going to go overrated, underrated. I'm going to say the best lift music is remix day.
Like on SoundCloud?
I'm a big SoundCloud remix in the weight room. This is lift music, correct?
It's a different environment.
It's a different environment. I like the volume's got to be high. I like high volume. I like remix. I just like constant new song, new beat. I just like when the music gets flowing in there. Cross country. I'm not moving any serious weight, but that music comes on. I feel like I can add a couple pounds to my bench press.
Yeah, I'm going. Music in the lift room is underrated. I think, kind of like David touched on, like it affects your lift so much more than people think. And especially, I don't know what time both of your teams lift, but on Fridays we hit the 6:30 a.m. lift, and that is always, that's a hard time to start.
It's a hard time to move weight.
Yeah, that's usually our clean day. We're cleaning like 1:35 on those mornings, and oh my gosh,
so, iron owl.
Yeah, I'm thinking music is underrated, big underrated in the lift room, and I usually like a good like you said, I like when the energy's high, like sometimes a remix. I also like rap. When my teammates, like we usually pick one person a day to kind of pick the vibe. Sometimes they pull out like Taylor Swift and it just ruins the vibe.
Not a Swiftie in the weight room.
No. Yeah, I'm putting this out there. I'm not a Swiftie in any aspect of life, but we're going to move on before I get canceled.
Oh, wow.
What are your thoughts, Samantha?
I would also say the remixes are good. I like a good pop, like a Y2K day, but I'm also
like a throwback?
A good throwback day, yeah.
Agreed.
I would say those are pretty good. We actually do see you in the lift room on Fridays. We have that little bit of crossover,
And it's always tough.
It's it's a lot of people in that little room. But yeah, rap also.
So you're going underrated just.
I'm going underrated.
So we all agree on the first one. That's kind of rare.
Yeah, very rare.
All right, let's move different type of music. Study music. Overrated.
Might be the opposite
underrated.
of what we just talked about, actually.
Go from a more intense to a more relaxed environment. I think you can.
For sure. I'm going study music is overrated, I'm not going to lie. And I also am that type of person that I can't listen to music when I study, like words, especially right now in my studies, I'm doing a lot of paper writing and stuff. So when I'm like thinking of words, I don't want words in my brain. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. So I'm going listening to music when you study is overrated. I like to hit like the white noise or like study beats, and they're literally, it's like piano music, but it really helps me focus. So I'm going to overrated.
Is music though.
It's music, but like I would never listen to it in any other setting.
So you're saying overrated?
Yeah, because honestly, I'd rather listen to silence. But like if I'm in a loud environment, I'll listen to something, but no words.
Sammy, what's your take on this?
I gotta go underrated. I'm a big country music fan, so I can like songs that I know, but I like when I'm doing math homework or whatnot. But I do agree when I'm writing an essay, I need my brown noise. I can't function.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm not too familiar with the brown noise, white noise, whatever noise that is. I just know the idea of studying music sounds really good to me every time, and then I put it on, and within a minute, I'm taking it out of my ears because I just can't focus. So this is overrated, and it's one of those things where I just keep coming back to it, thinking it's going to change. It's not going to change. I need silence. I need complete concentration. Sorry, I was making me emotional. You could hear it in my voice.
So you do like trial and error, and it's always an error.
It's a trial and error. It's more of like a trial error.
Trial then error immediately.
Trial error.
1 minute is crazy.
Yeah, within a minute it's out. I'm just like, that was a waste of a minute. So yeah, overrated.
Okay, I can expand on the next one because this one was my idea, and it might be kind of like a far connection. But let's talk like seeing artists or like public figures like in public. Like I feel like that's something. At least a couple years ago, you used to see Lil Uzi on the like motorbikes all the time. Haven't seen him recently.
Were you sure? You said this like the third time you said it. I don't even know what you're talking about with that.
Because you guys are so young. Okay. You wouldn't know.
So Uzi was like on the bike on Broad Street?
Yeah, you know like the Broad Street bikers and stuff, like doing the crazy tricks and stuff. My freshman year and like I guess the year before that, he would always like take pictures with fans and stuff. I have not seen him out. Maybe he's working on a new album. I don't know, but we need to see him out.
Hope he's okay.
Yeah. So I guess our genre for this one is like meeting famous people. Let's go that.
And okay, so I'll just give my take. Overrated. I don't have much to say on this. The only thing I do have to say is like Meek Mill. He grew up on Burke Street, I think, and my old teammates used to live on Burke Street. So like whenever I went there, I thought of Meek Mill, because in one of his songs he talks about Burke Street. that's as far as it goes though. Like, I'm not moved by like seeing an artist or someone in person. I'm not like running up to them. You know those people.
Yeah.
We all like you can just think of that person in your head who's like running to see the artist with their phone out. It's like relax. They're just another person.
Yeah.
Stop trying to ruin their day. But I guess you know that one video of Uzi like giving away like paying for a kid's tuition at Temple. You ever see that video?
Yeah.
So shout out Uzi for that. But I'm not into. That's not my thing.
So you're going overrated?
So yeah, it's overrated.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think like at the end of the day, like they're just a normal person. Honestly, they just have way more money than all of us. So, I mean, I like their music, but like seeing them in person isn't that crazy. But I've also never seen like someone famous in real life, so maybe I just have nothing to compare it to. But I'm going overrated as well.
Wait, you just saw? Were you at the basketball game the other day?
Oh yeah, I saw LeBron Frames.
Yeah. So.
I didn't meet him though. You're the one that's waved to him, and we're not gonna talk about this.
Yeah, just next, Sammy.
I also have to go overrated. I think you also can't like meet them. Like if you see them take a picture, there's no conversation. It's just you're ruining their day.
There's also sometimes like a huge crowd around them, and then you're like, okay, I feel
overwhelming.
Bad. Yeah.
You're just a fan. You know?
I mean,
we are just fans.
Yeah, you're just a fan. All right, let's move on. Back to, I guess, some more common music themes. Pre-game music. What do you guys think of putting on the tunes before the competition? Is that a go or no go?
I think it's a go. At least for my team, like I love like we usually do like a pregame like shoot around, and that's like kind of whatever you want to do to get ready for the game. And I always have my beats on, and I kind of listen to whatever I want to listen to. I'm not like superstitious or anything like I need to listen to this song or anything like that. But then after we kind of get in our right headspace, then we go into the locker room, and I'm on aux usually, listening to some good like EDM remixes or like just stuff that's high energy, and we usually like dance to get some energy out. But I love that, so I think that's underrated. Pre-game music is such like an energy starter, and I think it really helps our team out a lot.
Yeah, I am super superstitious, so I have the same playlist that I listen to, never on shuffle, the same like 7 or 8 songs, always hear them. They get me locked in the right headspace for our pregame warm-up. Yeah, pregame's a go.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with you guys. I think it's overrated.
For the first time this week, that's crazy.
Wow.
I just, for my sport, for me personally, I don't need the music. It's too much. I get too amped up. I just like to chill. Also, I feel like a lot of our races are in the morning. So, like, we don't have the whole day. Like, it's kind of like you wake up and you're getting right to it. So, I don't have a lot of time for the music. It's not something in my routine. But, Sam, I got to ask, like, could you give the audience, like, 1 or 2 of, like, the songs that you're definitely putting on?
Yeah, like, what genre is it also? That's
before
my
you
question.
go and, like, stab someone and then scream in their face?
Well, we're starting off really strong with Amelia by Lil Wayne.
Okay, that's a good one. That's one of my nicknames for the audience,
wow.
Amelia, because my name is Amelia.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Then we go straight into Hall of Fame by Young Dolph.
Okay, so you like the rap before
I like the
names,
rap,
for sure. Yeah.
We'll just it's a rap.
It's a rap playlist, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I feel like if I had to put myself in your shoes and I'm about to go fence someone, I'm probably gonna listen to some rap.
I like the way you put it, stab and scream in the face. Like that, it's
Is
intense.
that too graphic?
It's pretty spot on.
I don't want you to get in trouble.
I have to censor that part.
Go ahead and censor that. All right, let's move on. Can you take these last?
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh.
even know.
Okay, I was trying to think like in the music genre. I was trying to think like where do you listen to music? Like a big thing. Maybe it's a southern thing. Like outdoor festivals.
It's not a southern thing. It's just like go ahead. I don't know why I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah, he's just
Whoa.
being mean. Like I was trying to think of like places that you listen to music, and like festivals are a huge part. Like ever heard of Coachella, David? People pay a lot of money to go to that.
I've heard of Coachella.
Yeah. So next we're gonna talk about outdoor festivals. And I'm going to start us off. I'm going overrated. I think I've gone to 2. I've gone to Made in America in Philly, and then I've also gone to one in Atlanta, Georgia. And I just think they are usually like such like sweaty, like dirty places. I'm not going to lie. And the people are also like mean. Like you try to push to the front of the crowd, and they're just like cursing at
No wonder
you.
you put this on. You have something to say about it. It's just like, let's rip on outdoor festivals.
Well, I think some people think it's so fun, and I just don't see the appeal. So I went to Made in America like 4 years ago. I think it's been canceled nowadays, but yeah, I'm going overrated. I think it's not worth the hype, and also not the cost. I paid like $200 for that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll agree with you. This.
As you can hear, David sounds really passionate
No,
about
I
this
actually
one.
have a lot to say, but you actually
I'll
said
agree with you.
you said everything so well. I don't even know what to, I went to Made in America in high school. It sucked. I never went again. It was that simple. I thought it was gonna be really fun.
You checked it off the bucket list.
Checked out the bucket. I put my jersey on, my basketball jersey. I went there and
Of
I
course
went
you
home.
did. Was it a Sixers jersey?
Sixers.
Who was
It
it?
was Dr. J.
Okay.
It was a pretty cool jersey, but it was whatever. And I left and never thought about going back again. And also like Coachella, like you said, like I just know if you polled like I don't know 100 people leaving Coachella, like most of those people are like, yeah, it was not worth. The bang was not worth the buck,
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm out on outdoor festivals. So, Sammy,
I gotta agree with you guys. Overrated. I have not been to one, but I don't really see the appeal.
Yeah, did we sell it very well to you? Like,
No,
she was actually gonna say underrated, and then she heard us off.
she's like, I've always wanted to go to an outdoor festival, but you
Coachella
guys
sounds really
actually-
fun, and then you just ruined it.
All right, let's finish this off. This is probably I'm gonna go last on this one because I haven't thought of mine yet. But let's go best concert that you've gone to.
Sammy,
Okay, I have two. Either Zach Bryan or this past summer. Oh, I have another one, The Weeknd, and I also saw SZA and Kendrick, and they were all so good.
wow. Wait,
Sorry.
so are you like a concert person?
Yeah.
I am in recent years, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Wow, he's so
Like-
you sound so sad. I'm not.
No, I just don't like concerts. Like
Oh
I
my
be
gosh,
honest.
we can
Like,
tell.
Yeah, I just don't like them. But there was one concert I went to, Olivia Rodrigo.
Are you joking?
Swear to God.
When, where, who, why?
It was in London. I was visiting my parents, and I like Olivia Rodrigo. I'm honest. I'm like a big fan.
That is, if we guessed like prior to this, like
Yeah.
that
I
would
like-
not even be in my
I
top
like- I
100
like, I like
guesses.
Olivia Rodrigo.
What's your favorite
and,
song by Olivia Rodrigo?
So American.
Could you sing us a snippet?
And you sang that in England. That's awesome. That's fitting.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, So American. It was right after she released her album Guts. It was
Wow,
the,
you
it
are
was, it was the Guts tour.
Big fan.
And I was in like the 200 level screaming my ass off with a bunch of like it was like, yeah, it was actually one part. If anyone likes Olivia Rodrigo, like, you would understand. There's like one of her
Now
songs.
he sounds so passionate. Wow.
No, there's one of her songs, and like at one point in the song, she just starts screaming, and I'm in that like 200 level, and there's just like a million like little British girls around me, just like screaming at the top of their lungs. And at that point, I was like, what am I doing here? But other than that, the concert was great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm an O-Rod fan.
I just learned something about you that I am so glad that we talked about
Dude,
today. Wow.
Go home and listen to Gus.
No, I love Driver's License. I'm also a stan, but like
that album, Driver's License is basic, bro. You gotta get deep in that.
you clearly have never
Guts
been a girl
album.
that's driving around in her car when she's 16. Like it hits different. I don't even know how to follow that up. I was trying to think this whole time, but David really threw me for a loop on what my favorite concert is. See, the thing is, I work concerts. I've worked the past 4 years, I work concerts in the summer. So I've honestly, stopped liking them as much because I just do it constantly. But probably one of my favorite ones I worked at was Sold Out Morgan Wallen. He had 2 nights in Atlanta. I think it was 2 years ago, but it was pretty good. I'm not as passionate about it as David for sure, but
Wait, I actually don't like concerts though. Like I haven't been to a concert
I
since
think
then.
I'm gonna go.
Nothing can
Concerts
top
are
Olivia
overrated.
Rodrigo.
They're overrated. I just
Ooh.
I like Olivia
I know
Rodrigo.
Sammy doesn't agree with me, but I think concerts are a little bit overrated.
Wait, I had to ask though. Back to Morgan Wallen. Who did he walk out with at his concert? You don't remember? Because you know how he does the walkout.
I mean, that was when Hardy was his opener, so probably
No,
with Hardy.
whoever city he's in, he walks out with someone from that city.
Oh, like a jersey on?
No, with the actual person. Like when he's at Knoxville, he walked out with Peyton Manning. When he was in
I
Kansas
don't
City, he
know,
walked out with
honestly.
Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think he walked out with
No,
anyone.
all right, well,
It was also 2 nights. I worked both the nights, and they were both sold out. So he probably did walk out with
Yeah.
someone. I just
you were
was doing my job and keeping the
You're keeping public
arena safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to. I think this is your favorite segment, right, David?
What is this, episode 100? Yeah. Owl or foul. My favorite section. Owl, something that is soaring upwards. I don't want to take your line.
Yeah, I say it every time. Shout out SOAR, the only conference with a mascot.
We gotta
American.
fact check that. I mean,
No, I know this.
no, I know, but like
This
we
is my
recorded
line.
so many episodes.
I fact checked it.
No,
Well,
you fact checked that like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
What
in
if-
August it was for sure because
what if-
I know
what
the
if-
American
what if-
posted it.
What if the Big Ten added Benny? You know.
Well, I hope they didn't because, like, I look forward to saying this every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they can't take away that we were the first conference to get a mascot.
Yeah. Okay.
And did you explain the foul?
Foul is something that's not soaring. Something that is a foul that needs to be worked on around campus, around the world. We talk about it
Yeah,
all.
this foul definitely needs to be worked on.
Don't know how it can be, but just need to put that out there.
Yeah, our owl for the week. Who else? Temple women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They had a phenomenal week. 2 wins. Again, first time 2-0 since 2019. They're off to a great start. Got high hopes for that team.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how they shake out this week against West Virginia and LaSalle, but I'm excited to watch the rest of the season. They're off to a great start, so
Hope they keep soaring.
keep soaring up.
Yeah, and I'll be the negative one this week. And as we're recording this, we can talk about it right now. We can look out the window. Our foul this week is daylight savings. I mean, it is 4:30 p.m. and it is dark outside.
Yeah.
Is this real life?
Yeah.
I don't ever remember it being this early. I don't know if I was just like.
I don't
delusional.
either.
Yeah, but I hate it because I think in the dark, like I just like lose my motivation, and I also think like it's bedtime, so I need to work on that.
Yeah, it actually sucks. There's no other way of putting it. I try to be positive on this podcast. This daylight savings, you're right. It's November 10th, and it just feels like it gets dark way too early. I feel like that's a December thing. Am I wrong? I feel like it usually starts getting.
Yeah.
You start feeling it more in December.
Yeah, I mean, it should not be dark at a number that starts with 4. Like, yeah. I do. Okay, we can turn it positive and end on a positive note this week. I know me and David have morning practices. It is nice for those morning practices. Like, it is light when we're out there at 6:37 now, but I don't know if it's worth it. Like,
no, I can answer that. It's not worth it. It's not that nice in the morning. Honestly, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there.
I'm sorry. It's good to be able to see lacrosse balls at 7 a.m.
No, that would make sense, but
Yeah.
it's not worth it for when it's 4:30 and
Yeah. I
where-
tried to
where
spin it to
the
be
day go.
positive, but of course David ruined it.
Yeah.
Kidding.
No positivity on that one, but the positivity was this was a great episode.
For sure. Super
And
fun.
if you listen this far, go ahead and give us a follow. Tell a friend of a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the Owl Pod.
Frames.
Frames
Frames.
fan club.
Yeah.
We'll
We're
be back.
trademarking it.
We'll be back next week. Yeah, if the podcast suddenly became the Frames fan club, yeah, Amelia was behind that.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you next week. As always, go Owls.
Go Owls.
Go Owls.